There comes a moment in life that doesn't arrive with noise or warning. It doesn't slam doors or announce itself. It just slips in quietly, like someone slowly dimming the lights inside you. Not during an argument, not at the height of pain, not when everything is visibly falling apart, because the real breaking point rarely happens where people are watching. It happens after the noise fades, when even asking questions feels heavy. When the world is asleep and you're finally alone, truly alone. And in that loneliness there isn't fear. There's exhaustion, old exhaustion, deep exhaustion that's been sitting in your body for years without a name. Maybe you're sitting on the edge of your bed, having taken off the weight of the day the same way you take off your clothes. Maybe you're in the last seat of a bus, watching life rush past the window while you feel completely stuck inside yourself. Or maybe it's 2 in the morning and you're on the cold bathroom floor with your back against the wall, where the mirror doesn't ask questions and nobody expects you to be strong. The place doesn't matter. The feeling does. A feeling with no name but a lot of weight. Not a loud breakdown, but a quiet internal fracture. Like a bridge that's carried weight for years and finally bends under 1 extra ounce. It doesn't collapse, it just sags. And somehow that bend feels scarier than a full break. Nothing dramatic happens in that moment. No doors slam, no relationships end, no tears fall, no screams come out. Because when someone has endured too much for too long, even their tears get tired. Something inside just says very softly, I can't do this anymore. Not in anger, not in complaint, just truth. And most people never notice this moment because on the outside you look the same. You still show up, you still talk, you still smile. But people who've carried real weight recognize it instantly because somewhere inside them a bridge once bent too. For them, breaking was never loud. Their pain was always quiet, polite, well-behaved, the kind that doesn't disturb the world, controlled almost gracefully. Like the mind making one last effort to hold itself together, like something inside whispering, just hold on a little longer. This isn't weakness. It's the nervous system finally dropping its shoulders after years of being on guard. It's the body admitting it can't protect everything anymore, even the heart realizing it's tired of being strong in the dark, tired of being the mature one, tired of always understanding. And in that quiet moment, a question is born. Why do people who carry the most break so silently? Why is their collapse invisible yet so heavy? And that's where the real story begins. Because people often say you're so calm, nothing ever seems to bother you. But what they're seeing isn't calm. It's numbness. It's the brain stuck in survival mode long after the danger is gone. Because some threats don't leave when the situation ends. When someone carries emotional weight for too long, they don't shatter. They shut down. They turn the volume down on everything. Joy, pain, hope, like a phone overheating and switching to low power mode. It still works, just not at full capacity. You don't become distant because you're wise. You become numb because you're exhausted. That's why happiness feels far away, like it belongs to someone else. Why the world looks dull. Why things that once shook you barely register anymore? You think you've changed. But the truth is, you're tired. Your mind isn't peaceful. It's protecting you. It's saying feel less or you won't survive. From the outside, people call this balance, maturity, strength. But the truth is, peace lets you feel and numbness stops you from feeling. That maturity people admire, the calm voice, the measured words, the pain carried without complaint, wasn't grown naturally. It was extracted. Some people grow up with safety and guidance. Others grow up adapting to impact. When you're raised in emotional instability, you don't grow, you stay alert. You learn to read moods before you learn to name your own feelings. You learn silence before play. You learn to scan a room the second you walk in and feel whether the air is heavy or light. Other kids learn games. You learn survival. Yes, you become mature, but the cost is high. That wisdom was taken from moments that should have been soft. That's why the strongest-looking people are often the most tired inside. They didn't choose to grow up early. Life pushed them forward and closed the door behind them. Their maturity is real, but beneath it lives a quiet grief for the child who understood too much too soon and forgot how to play. And maybe all that child wants now is for someone to gently say, "You don't have to be strong all the time anymore. You're allowed to be tired. You're allowed to pause. You're allowed to exist without explanations, just as a human being." And if any part of this story felt familiar, if it sounded like something you've never been able to put into words, know this: you're not alone. There are many people who look calm on the outside while carrying the same quiet exhaustion inside, and this is where we understand each other without having to speak. If this story made you feel seen, if it felt like someone finally said what your heart's been holding, subscribe to my YouTube channel, Kee Unspoken, and turn on the bell so these quiet, honest stories keep finding you. And if this video meant something to you, share it with someone you care about, because it might be exactly what they need right now.